You have reached the Los Angeles Police Department's non-emergency number. If this is a police emergency, please hang up and dial 911.
Los Angeles Police Department, operator 716.
Hi,
Hello?
can you hear me?
Yeah, Gary, what's going on?
Okay, so I don't even exactly know where to start. I'm so sorry. I'll lead with what I think is the most important. There's child on the internet. I've reported it and it's not being taken down. There's 3 videos I reported to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and then another one has been posted.
Okay.
And the child is in LA, from what I understand. I am not. So I didn't want to call 911 because I'm in New Jersey. Just full disclosure, I don't live over there, but there's child on the internet. It's been there since September. I'm very shaken up about it. I've reported it to the FBI. I reported it to Twitter. It's up on there, and it's not just pornography. It's being sold.
You say you're in New Jersey?
Yeah, but the is online.
Got it, but you need to talk to your local police department for that.
The victim is in your jurisdiction. For sure.
You're reporting it in New Jersey, so you report to your jurisdiction.
The New Jersey cops are going to drive to California to protect this child. Any enforcement action will be done on that account, which is a California account.
Do you know this person?
She's famous. She's a famous child. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children already had files on her. This is still up, public on Twitter.
Okay, then you can report it to your local police department.
The New Jersey cops don't have jurisdiction over this child or her account, which was made in California. They can't do anything.
That's the FBI, man. The FBI handles computer crimes. We as a LAPD don't.
What?
We don't handle computer crimes.
So you don't take action against child at the LAPD?
Not for this call, no.
761 is your number?
Yes, operator 716.
716. And what's your name?
We don't give names.
You don't give names, and you don't protect children?
Ma'am, this is reported to the FBI. As the LAPD does not respond out for computer crimes.
Who are you? I'm not talking to. Who are you? What's your operator number, please?
407.
So y'all are, just to let me get this straight, y'all are chastising me for calling to report child, which I have reported, of a child who is a victim in your jurisdiction, and you are bitching at me? Got it. I'll report this. I will report this publicly, and I'm going to add your... Bitch, get loud with me, stupid fucking I heard they were looking for me. Here I go. Here I go. One more time. I think we need to play that last part one more time. Just, I know y'all's blood was starting to boil up. I know y'all were like, why she thinks she's getting loud? I know I hung up for the collective 500 of us in here right now. So let's just one more time. She thought she was going to get loud. Who the f are you? Before you say one more syllable, ma'am, badge number. What's you, public servant who works for me? Click. And I will be reporting this to the public, which I'm doing now. Operator 407, what? Nobody even freaking talking to you, bitch. Not a single soul. But now, I am. We don't give names. We don't give names. Okay. All right. We don't give names. Let's start here. Let's start like right here. 716.
Then you can report it to your local police department.
The New Jersey cops don't have jurisdiction over this child or her account, which was made in California. They can't do anything.
That's the FBI, man. The FBI handles computer computer crimes. We as a LAPD don't.
What?
We don't handle computer crimes.
So you don't take action against child at the LAPD?
Not for this call, no.
Not for you. 761 is your number?
Yes, operator 716.
716. And what's your name?
We don't give names.
You don't give names and you don't protect children?
Ma'am, this is reported to the FBI. If the LAPD does not.
Who is this? Who yanked her chain? Who yanked? It wasn't me. I didn't go send for her. I didn't send for her. I can tell you I didn't send. So I don't know why dispatcher 716 couldn't handle his own shit like a man. I don't know why this handler bitch had to come on the child. You know what? Report I was making, why this Lou Taylor sounding ass lady needed to pipe into my conversation. Operator dispatcher 407. I don't know what y'all's tax dollars are going to over there in California, but I can promise you it's not going to protecting children. You can put that one on my gravestone. You can put it on the gravestone. I don't even gamble and I'll give you every dollar I have. Show me where they protected a child. Even if, y'all, listen, even if this isn't the correct bureaucratical point on the bureaucratical web to go to, I'm reporting something pretty serious. He didn't even want to know her freaking name. He didn't even want to hear it. He didn't even let me finish what I was saying. I was trying to say, not only is it up for everyone to see, they're selling it. He could have took a little note on a post-it. He could have just shut the hell up. He could have kept his freaking pie hole closed. He could have just sat there, sitting on his damn hands or doing whatever in the hell he was doing with them before I called. He could have just sat there. But no, he had to interrupt. Imagine interrupting somebody's trying to call and report that type of crime. Whoa. The whole entire city needs to get HEINOUS'd. Okay? Y'all got to get out of there, cousins. Y'all got to get out. It's a war zone. Y'all got to get out of there. And I was going to play a whole little clip and everything about how like racial disparities are and like how, Black children and women account for like such a higher percentage of victims of this type of stuff. But then I thought about it and it's like, no, hold on. No, that's how this mother was talking to me. I don't think he thought I was Black. Maybe he did. Maybe he heard y'all and he thought everybody says y'all is Black. I think I got Karen treatment. I think I got white lady treatment. That's how they talking to the white ladies. Okay. So when I tell y'all that I'm never really having that great of interactions with the cops either, this is what I mean. I don't get any, y'all think that was special treatment? I got double freaking teamed. Some random nameless God knows who jumped out of the freaking bushes trying to holler at him. Hold on. Before you take another freaking half a breath, lady, who are you? Who are you? I saw my cousin Stino in here. I was just watching his reaction. Are you going to clip that part? If not, I'm going to just share your live. He reacted. There you go. Hold on. Shoot. See? Somebody tell P. Diddy I'm in the community now. Y'all, my grandpa, he's white, obviously, and he has these like Navy buddies from the Navy or whatever, and he used to call them, and they were in Ohio. When you had to call on the house phone, he would call his Navy buddy's house phone in Ohio. And he'd be like, it's Jerome. That was my papa's, and that is his name. And there was like more racism back then. And then the parents would be like, I think your Black friend's on the phone, my papa. He's my caller. So I don't know. Listen, I don't know if it's like the way we talk in Louisiana or something. I do not know. He must. I don't think he did. You know what, Tufstino? I mean, as much as I want to be welcome into the community and all that would be great. You're gonna clip it. Okay, cool. As much as all that, y'all, this really, I don't think he thought I was Black. I think he do. And I think he knows that he don't have to do his job. I think he knew. Maybe he didn't. Tufstino. That's why my middle name is Jareem. It's invented.
Who are you? I'm not talking to. Who are you? What's your operator number, please?
Hold on. I skipped over the best part. Hold on.
So y'all are, and you don't protect children.
You don't give names.
Not for this call, no.
Not for this call. He said no.
761 is your number.
Yes, operator 716.
716. And what's your name?
Operator 7.
We don't give names.
Operator
You don't give names
716. If y'all want to make a report for dereliction of duty, for failure to do his job, it's operator 716. And the one fitting a pipe in, 407.
You don't protect children.
Ma'am, this is reported to the FBI. The LAPD does not respond out for computer crimes.
Who are you? I'm not talking to. Who are you? What's your operator number, please?
407.
So y'all are, just to let me get this straight, y'all are chastising me for calling to report child, which I have reported, of a child who is a victim in your jurisdiction. So, and you are bitching at me?
Just to get it straight. I just wanted to set the record straight for the thousands of people that are going to hear this, for transparency and accountability of our government. These are public servants. Without our tax dollars, without our labor, without our energy, especially y'all over there in California, they don't have jobs, they don't have paychecks, they can't keep their freaking lights on. And this is how they're talking about the victims in their jurisdiction. I don't care if this wasn't the right bureaucracy phone line number to call. They should have at least pretended and feigned like they gave a shit. They should have pretended. They should have pretended like they cared, because this was all out in the open. And one thing Tufstino did say, why are they getting mad at me? What? Why are they getting mad at me? I'm trying to say there's a little girl in danger over there. You have to call the cops in New Jersey. Now, I will say, I did do just that. And I'm going to tell y'all how that went. Because as it turns out, there might be some cops in this country. That don't act like these LAPD officers who might have asked me, what'd you say that FBI report number was? And did you get a confirmation number? Maybe not all the cops are paid off by the pimps and the panderers in LA. As it turns out, they should have took this freaking report. They should have took this report, because guess whose badge numbers and operator numbers got turned over to the cops that might do something about it? Theirs. Something about him saying we don't handle computer crimes zapped that Karen part of my brain. I fear it might be biological. It zapped that Karen part of my brain where I'm just going to be so petty and never let this freaking go. I might get 716 tattooed somewhere. No, I won't. But just so I never remember dispatcher 716. Something just zapped my brain when he said we don't do computer crimes. Aunt Heffy, I owe him a freaking apology, because his degeneracy has absolutely nothing on the callousness of the public servants who only derive their powers from the consent of the governed. That's us. They don't have shit, no power, no money, nothing. No oxygen without us. They forgot, or somebody never told them. Somebody might tell them soon, and it might be somebody from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I don't know. Okay. All I can say is it's been reported, and I got an active ongoing log and a real good relationship with at least one cop somewhere after today, after I told them about this experience. Call the cops in New Jersey if you want something done about the victim, the child victim in my jurisdiction. Call the cops across the country. That's what I was told today. And this bitch piping in, nobody was talking to her. Nobody rang for you, 407. We don't give names. Nobody rang for you. Nobody yanked your chain. Bitch.
761 is your number?
Yes, operator 716.
716.
That's where Karen
And what's your
moved.
name? You don't give names and you don't protect children.
Ma'am, this is reported to the FBI as the LAPD does not respond.
Why she's talking to me like that?
Who are you? I'm not talking to, who are you? What's your operator number, please?
407.
So y'all are, just to let me get this straight. Y'all are chastising me for calling to report child, which I have reported, of a child who is a victim in your jurisdiction. So, and you are bitching at me? Got it.
Ma'am,
I'll report this. I will report this publicly, and I'm going to add your bitch. Get loud with me, stupid fucking.
Did I stutter? Because what you not going to do is holler at me on my cell phone line that I pay for. No, you not. While I'm paying your ass to sit there and holler, bitch, you better go heat up that lean cuisine and shut your mouth. You better waddle your ass down that motherfucking city hall or wherever you are. You better waddle your ass to the community kitchen and heat that lean cuisine up. Because, no, girl, I hung up. I'm not letting you what? First of all, I wasn't speaking to you, okay? First of all, adults were speaking. No one's talking to you, 407. Shut up. Second of all, if you think you're about to raise your voice at me on my cell phone line that I pay for, you're not. Goodbye. I hit her with this one. I hit her with the cell phone version of that's what I did. And I do it again. And I do it again. And I do it again. And that's why 407 is going to be facing her own complaint. Now I got more things to call the cops about. Now I got more things to report to the authorities. Thank you, 407 and 716. 716, so cucked. Can we get a real man? Can I get a one in a chat for a real man any fucking where on planet Earth? Can we get a real man somewhere? Tufstino, I saw him making that reaction last night. There you go. Y'all, on a side note, we got to help Tufstino because he's got a yard now. And he said he's never going back in it because the mosquitoes got him up. The mosquitoes ate my cousin up. We gotta get him some mosquito repellent. Thank you to the real men in the chat and all across the world. Truly, thank you. 716 had to ask his mommy. 716 had to ask his mommy what to say to the lady on the phone trying to report a crime before they both ganged up. Here come the bad cop. The bad cop, somebody forgot to tell her this morning that she works for me. That's how she's talking to her boss. 407's talking to her boss like that. In the chain of command, I'm higher. Okay, like, that's okay. I think one of these, the police departments right here by my house, that's like, I could walk to it, it's so close. I think they might have some things to say about the whole handling of the situation. I was on the phone for 29 minutes. That call y'all just heard was 3 minutes and 15 seconds. 3 minutes and 15 seconds is how long what y'all just heard. They tried to good cop, bad cop me like I didn't go to school in the belly of the beast. I learned CIA level deposition and interrogation tactics and techniques, and I haven't stopped learning since. That was about 8 years ago. Y'all thought y'all were going to gang up on me? Ha! Bitch. Y'all thought? Man, you already reported it to the FBI. If y'all missed it at the beginning of the video, there is more. Since my video yesterday, there is more additional illegal child blank material on a regular social media site. More. Since I made my video yesterday, there is more. So I had to go this morning reporting more instances of this crime. Again, still, the platform hasn't taken it down. The actual just regular social media platform. I'm not even talking about like Omegle or something, right? It's something that people have. I'm reporting a heinous crime to federal authorities. It's still up. I reported it to the platform. It's still up. I reported it to the LAPD and they told me they don't give names and they don't do computer crimes. Is that right? Since when? Since when? They didn't want to know the name of the victim. They didn't want to know what website. They didn't give a fly-in, right? Not, I'll have a sergeant call you back. They were patronizing to me. Their boss. They work for me. They are my servants, public servants. They serve the public. We're the public. If y'all don't like how our servants, if y'all don't like how our servants just handled that, operator number 716 and operator number 407, in that freaking order. I would give you their names, but they don't give names. They apparently don't take names either, or tips, or respond to crimes that are being reported to them. Now, how hard would it have been for them to say, just sit there and shut the hell up? For 3 minutes was the whole call. He couldn't let me get through the reporting with the crime. He heard that I didn't live in his little state, the probably most demonic state in the Union, if you could call it that. And he lives in the most infested and decrepit, degenerated part of it, where this type of stuff is so normalized that they're just like, can I get back to my Wordle, please? Call the cops in New Jersey. Go. I'm like, there's a child victim. Okay, call the cops in New Jersey. When are the cops in California going to do anything? Nova's still alive. Celeste? Rivas Hernandez is not. How many? How many have died? How many more will die? It's like they sitting up there filing their like, is this the Scientology headquarters? Is like the phone call center for this or what? They literally suggested to me, these cops suggested to me that I call 911. The LAPD, the cops who could actually do something about it. Even if that's a way, right? Like, let's say that's a way. Let's say that is a way. Let's say I was calling to report something that was ongoing right now. He didn't even let me get to all the things I was reporting. He didn't say, well, is there anything that I can do right now? Is anybody's life in danger? He didn't ask that. He didn't do any investigation at all whatsoever. He actually tag teamed in his freaking mommy. He's still on his mommy's tit. 407 had to come the hell in and yell at me. Like I ain't been dealing with ladies yelling at me since I'm knee high to a grasshopper in the Sunday school. You ain't got nothing on Sister Russo. I could tell you that, 407. Huh? And now I'm pissed at a whole nother personal level. Personally, now I'm insulted. I was just empathetically insulted before. So I did just that. I did. I took her suggestion or her whatever it was before she started squawking. A legion apparently had possessed her and caused her to begin squawking in my direction. Her boss. Funny. Good one. LOL. Hilarious. So I called. And like, you can imagine by this point, that I call the cops in my local jurisdiction. I'm like, listen, look, y'all, I'm not trying to waste emergency services resources and things. I'm aware this is a fool's errand, but I'm going to lead with the important part now. There's child blank on the internet It's just right there on a website, a social media site that's like regular. It's not, this isn't only, this is like a regular social media site, and it hasn't been taken down. And I reported it to the FBI, and I reported it to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and it's still up. And not only that, she's posted another one. There's another one posted now. There's more crime to report now. And I tried to report the crime in LA, and they basically just screamed at me. And all of that was my answer when the cop said, "How are you?" I was like, "I'm sorry. I know that I sound um frantic or whatever, like neurotic. I don't even really know. I don't really know." I was like, I don't even really know how to where to start. I'm so flustered. I'm so overwhelmed. Like, it's a life or death situation at this point. This is like a famous, you're like, where do you even start? And now all this, this 3-minute, 15-second call from freaking hell. Those people need to lose their jobs. I don't even like to say that. I think it's so ridiculous when people are like, "Oh, you lose your job." No, that's crazy. We got to stop cheering for people to lose their jobs. But at this freaking same time, my God. I was calling to report like one of the more serious, heinous crimes that we even have on the books. Other than, like taking somebody's life, like this type of abuse upon a child, I think like most of us agree is like all the way up there. People are saying he probably needs better training. No, no, that is a heart condition. That is who you actually are. I didn't hear a single moment of hesitation, of trepidation. He was ready to get off the phone. He was not bothered in the least with the report that I was trying to make. And it was not his problem, and he was ready to get it off his desk. That has nothing to do with his training. If his training was just simply, "That's not our business, you have to report it to the FBI," or whatever, nothing precluded him from letting me finish my sentence. Nothing precluded him from just handling it himself without ganging up on me, attempting to. With Sergeant Brenda or whoever in the hell they got on desk duty, it's very freaking clear to me why they don't have that crazy psychotic bitch on the street. Imagine that psychopathic lunatic out on the loose. They need to have that thing in a cage. Screeching at me like that. I'm trying to report child abuse material, you psychotic freak. Hello, Elon Musk. Hello, Donald Trump. Can one of y'all that are pretending to care about this stuff care right now about this? This is very, very easy to handle. She's an extremely high profile child. Nobody's in jail over this. Nobody's even been questioned. And when I try to call and report another crime that has happened since yesterday, not only is this abusive to her, y'all, everybody that sees that is being irreparably fucked up. Excuse my language. I'm never going to forget seeing those images I did not consent to seeing. They're still up. Your kids could see them. You could see them. The fact that it doesn't get took down as fast as a freaking David cover, for the love of God. Oh, but read off too much of Taylor Swift's new album in the lyrics, and it could UMG or whoever in the hell shows up like a troll from under the bridge collecting its due. Nobody can't make one of them AI things that does that so good for child. You know what? Yeah, the answer is you know that they can. You know that they can. So why haven't they? And why aren't they? And why is it whenever we call to report crimes that for freaking sure, if we had it on our social media, Barney'd be on the freaking front porch 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Banging on my door. I know they would have. If one of y'all had this on your public social media profile, oh, it'd get took down almost instantly. Yes, it would. The cops would be there. You would be in handcuffs. And all of a sudden, you would be facing the full force. People can't even post pictures of their own kids without the cops showing up. What's really going on? Guess what else? Guess what else? Heinous update I have. The profile upon which the illegal, obscene, grotesque material is, the profile upon which, where it is, has gained 300 followers since yesterday, at least. They got people. Okay, thank you. Do you see the level of bureaucracy we live in? Do you see the level of bureaucracy we live in where people have lost their damn minds if they ever had them? Y'all are about to technically yourselves right into fucking extinction. The whole human race. I'm not a human, I'm an alien. I've been trying to tell y'all that, okay? The mothership is refusing to come to get me until I impart some wisdom. All right, here we are. Just because, technically in the bureaucracy, something might be under the federal jurisdiction, you really think that stops the cops when they want to put handcuffs on somebody? No, it does not. Do you think this is, you should know. Well, technically, it's federal, even if it happens in a state. Okay, that's great. When someone calls a law enforcement agency, they ought to take down some details. Imagine if I was the child. Hi, I am the child, and I'm trying to get. Oh no, that you're in New Jersey. Call them. Is that what they would say? No. So why they'd get to just pick and choose which calls? I'm not saying they had to take any immediate action. They couldn't have said, all right, let me get some details. Okay, normally how it works is, since you're calling from New Jersey, ever heard of decorum? Common decency? No, abso-freaking-lutely not. Absolutely not. Not at the LAPD. Not at Scientology private security headquarters. Hell, absolutely not. No human decency. No, I'm so sorry you had to see that, ma'am. I know that must have been traumatizing. Y'all forgot they work for us? I'm their boss. And he wants to tag team his mommy into the call? Ma'am, I wasn't speaking to you. No one yanked your chain. No one was talking to you. And there's no raising your voice that's going to help you in this situation. Now, your ass is on my list. Of people that don't protect children. It's sick. These people have absolutely no place, none, in a public servant capacity, where they belong a cage. They belong in a cage, in my opinion. These beasts, these freaking savages, screaming at someone, calling to report some of the most heinous thing that you can ever even be exposed to. Like, the callousness is unforgivable. And that was them talking to me. Imagine Nova walks up over there and tries to get somebody to freaking help her. Imagine. That's why I said we might owe Aunt Heffy an apology. Because what he was saying pales in comparison to what I just experienced. And you know what's astonishing? I did call the New Jersey cops over here. I did call them. And they cared. Yes, they did. I called them and they cared. And I walked through every single report that I made to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, which now is up to 3 reports. One written yesterday, one phone call yesterday, as well as a new report today to report the new crime. I walked through with that police officer today that I talked to on the phone, detective, whoever it was. I walked through with her today on the phone. All of the posts that I reported and what time I reported them and what time it was and that they were still up. I named the platforms that had so far failed to take action on this illegal material. I expressed my grievances to this police officer about how callous the imbecile buffoons, degenerated idiots over there at the LAPD acted. And did I really expect anything else from the LAPD? Truly, no. But sometimes you still have to go through the whole motion of like, all right, let me give them a shot. Next time y'all ask somebody, did you call the cops? Just remember this video. A lot of people don't call the cops because they might have called the cops a few times before and got told that they called the wrong bureaucracy line. So they got to call some more 800 numbers and press some more 1s and 2s and thises and that's and make sure they get to the right person in charge to take action against this heinous human rights abuse and federal crime. Yes, the feds should be the ones in charge. I did report it to them. So far, nothing, and there's still child, on the internet. Can maybe y'all try to step in? Maybe they could have gave the feds a call. Oh, you already reported it to them. We'll just let the child illegal material stay up until the feds decide to do something about it. I'm over here about to heat up my hot pocket, girl. What are these people making, like $30 an hour? When I think about how my daddy, when he was like 22, was like welding and like getting arthritis and stuff for like, $6 or something an hour in 1992. And I think about these just over bloated, degenerated imbeciles sitting up there in our buildings, getting paid off our money and our labor. And we got to put our kids and our nephews and our nieces and our little cousins and everybody, our community has to be up to being protected by them. And they could give a flying rat's behinds. They're ready to get back home and watch like the next Survivor episode or whatever. Like, call the people in New Jersey, girl. Come to find out, I made the right move. I moved to one of them places where when you call the cops, I moved to one of them places where when you call the cops, they care. I don't know how much like child, S crimes, they might be excited to start investigating this. Maybe 716. Maybe 716 and 407 actually accidentally sent me down the right path. Because whenever I was talking to that police officer, detective, whoever it was this morning, I don't know her job title, but she was very helpful. And, she was asking all kind of questions that made me think she was about to do something about it. And you know what else? She was sorry to me that I had to see that. And I appreciated that. She said, yeah, like you said. It's not just going out there into the ether. People are seeing it. You saw it. And that is horrifying. And that is a traumatizing thing to have encountered. Somebody with some common sense at the police station. Thank you, 716. Because while y'all could have took a note down on a Post-it and I would have just kept going on about my business, I never even would have thought to call these cops. Ha! And they like acting like they care. She said, do you have the report number? By chance, it's okay if not, but by chance, do you have the report number? And about what time you called in that report yesterday? And did the FBI give you a report number? No, they didn't. But they got you did get the confirmation screen. Okay. And could you tell me the handle that was mentioned you said there was a handle mentioned in the bio? There was a bio description on the one social media account. And you said there was could you make sure I got that spelling right? And I sure did. And I gave her my number and I gave her my email address and I said, I'm going to be right here. And I'll have nothing else more important to do than help y'all get to the bottom of this, to get this off the internet. And she said, thank you so much. And I ain't going to stop calling. Now I'm going to call CPS. And everybody I call, I'm recording. And I'm going to keep updating y'all. I'm not going to play every recording. I mean, some of these calls are long and some of them have like my, a lot of my personal information and stuff. But oh yeah, I'm going to let y'all know. I will also be filing some complaints on some dispatchers. And if I don't like how they handle the complaints, some more investigations and some more complaints are going to be getting made. The Karen mode got activated. I fear it's biological. It just zapped in my brain during that call earlier. And I don't know if it's reversible. I hope so. But all of a sudden, I just want to speak to every manager. I want to speak to every supervisor. I want to record it. And I want to say, and I have a YouTube channel. I'm going to go tell everybody. Just all of a sudden today, the Karen mode activated. And I'm directing the full brunt of it at the Nova situation. Ting. Let me read somebody else's comments. T, thank you, T, for the $5 Canadian super chat. Girl, you deserve tax dollars. Just, please. I don't want the tax dollars because I don't want anybody saying I work for them. That's why I say I don't work for you. But I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you for the $5. I think that's worth like $7 American dollars, girl. Trust God, thank you for the $1.99. Sorry for questioning your character. Oh, well, you should be, because you should have never had any reason to question my character unless the brainwashing got to you. But I'm glad you got out of that delusion. Welcome to the squad. Welcome to the cousins. Thank you for the $1.99. Thanks so much for the $1.99. Again, trust God. Thank you. And trust God, indeed, we should. I'm just so sorry that you were confused and deluded for a moment about God's favorite. But here we are. We're all here. We're all cousins now. I mean, we probably was cousins before. I mean, I'm partially, I don't do a 23andMe because I think it might end up showing me and Adam Grandmason are cousins or something. So, I mean, I really do feel like I'm like cousins with pretty much a lot of people. Lush, no. I have no cousin vibe from him. Like a lot of people, I'm like, oh, I don't like him at all, but we probably cousins. No, not him. He's one that I can definitively, unequivocally say it's not my cousin. That ain't my cousin. Anyway, okay. And I'm not even like singling him out for any reason other than that's just really the truth. Like I have a very strong repulsion of like, no, we're not the same at all. Thank you, Smiley Story, for the $1.99. Thanks so much to Morgan for the $2 Canadian super chat. Thanks so much, K Rock, becoming a member. Thank you, Morgan, for the $2. I saw it. It's just too much. Thank you for that $2. Thank you, K Rock, for the $19.99 super sticker. Thanks so much for that. Thank you, Carmen Perez, for the $20 super chat. Thank you so very much. This case is weighing heavy on my heart. Sending prayers to this young child victim, along with all truth speakers and truth seekers. And thank you, Carmen. And you know what else, y'all? I'm not doing nothing y'all can't do. Y'all can call too. Everybody can call. Because that is the only way that the public servants do their job is whenever the public speaks. That's it. That's the only time. I hate it, but that's like, the public has to speak. I'm just one person. And I promise you, they really don't care about me. Y'all heard how they talk to me on the phone. But if it's like a lot of people that are saying peacefully, please do not contact anybody and be mean or nothing, but like to actually help Nova, y'all, everybody can make these calls too. Thanks so much to Morgan for the $2 Canadian. Thanks so much for the $2. Yes, it does. Thank you for the $2. Wherever children are hurt, it matters. Right. Wherever the children are hurt. And even like y'all said, y'all, and Morgan, even like I said, even if it didn't end up being like that was the right number to call, take the tip, take the complaint, hear the caller out, make sure there isn't anything that actually is within your jurisdiction, and just kind of like use some decency, explain what is supposed to go on. Like make it as easy as possible to report heinous crimes. This is a public deterrent. The way that these people acted today, 716 and 407, the way y'all acted today was actually serving to deter me to ever report another crime. Don't y'all want these crimes reported? Don't answer that because I'm actually embarrassed for you that I know the answer already. You didn't want it reported. You didn't want to hear about it. You didn't want to hear about a child victim in your jurisdiction that you have a not only legal, but karmic duty to protect a child, a little girl. And if anything happens to her in some way after this point, because y'all failed in your duty to do anything, that karma's coming back on you. That's not my rules. I just learned them. You have to act. You must act. You have a spiritual matrix duty. When something comes in your purview and you know it's your duty to do something about it, even if you know technically somebody should call a different number in New Jersey, you ain't supposed to jump on them like this. You're not supposed to deter people from reporting crimes. And that's exactly what Operator 716 did today and Operator 407 when no one was freaking talking to her. I most certainly was not. I didn't yank her chain at all. What's your name? We don't give names. Oh, you don't? And you also don't give protection to children. We don't do computer crimes. They don't do computer crimes. They don't do computer crimes. They don't do computer crimes and they don't give names. Shut this department down. What are they doing then? What are they doing? Besides getting on my damn nerves. And probably being customers. The way they were talking, they were customers. The way they were talking, they were covering up for somebody, maybe themselves. Maybe somebody needs to check their hard drives. Because the way that they were acting so callous and nonchalant about a report of something so horrifying as what I was trying to report gives, check their hard drives. I don't want to check them. I don't want to see. I don't want to see. Because I'm so messed up over just, what I saw. And they didn't even want to bother to take the complaint. They didn't even want to bother to be kind of nice about it. And like, oh, okay, I understand. Yeah, no, that's crazy. What you're going to want to do is call the local department. If you want to give your address, we can help you call that department. We could even do a 3-way. No, nothing. Basically, they said, get. That's basically what they said. I think that might be unconstitutional. Somebody calling to report a crime. You're like, oh no, that doesn't apply to you because you're calling to report the crime from out of state. What? That doesn't make any sense. Even if that really literally is how it works, that makes no sense. Anybody that calls to report a child-esque crime. Here, look, if any legislators, if y'all want to clip this part and make this little one part go viral, any legislators are actually looking to do something to help kids, make it to where any agency that gets a call of a report of child-esque abuse material that's public online like this, the person the law enforcement agency called has to take the report and has to help them find the appropriate place to be. Because what's happening here, if you're not me, are you going to, who's calling the freaking local cops? You really think I want to get my local cops involved? Like, I need to call the local cops to do stuff for me if I need stuff, like, who wants to be the girl who cried cop? I'm trying to report a crime. And the victim is over there across the country. The states couldn't be farther apart. One is lined on a beach on one coast. One has a beach on the other coast. They couldn't be farther apart. What are these cops really supposed to do? I'm trying to tell y'all they got a victim over there. There's videos of her. You don't even want her name? You don't even want her name? Just following orders. Just following orders. Just following orders, sir, ma'am. Y'all, 407 needs to be relieved of her duties. Woo! I can see why they don't have that psychopath on the streets. She don't give a flying rat's behind about no child blank. No. She's like Aunt Heffy. She seemed like she thinks she was asking for it or something. She couldn't even be bothered. She just wanted to go heat up her lean cuisine. She just wanted to eat her Hot Pocket. She just wanted to eat her Takis. She was not concerned with the child abuse. She was not. 407. And also, nobody wasn't even freaking talking to her, so I don't know why she was piping up like that. Who are you? Shh. Thank you, Rabbit. Thank you, Rabbit. Exactly. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Rabbit said the officers needing better training is not our problem. Period. Amen. End of story. Child crimes are not a priority in LA, Rabbit said, and I agree. This is why we have people like Mark Leta and Adam Grandmason, 1622 of Nashua, out here doing what they're doing, running amok. I reported that too. I'll let you know on the 29-minute long, very detailed phone call that I had. I reported that I believe Adam Grand Mason must be under some type of federal protection because I don't know who else is allowed to interview children about gang violence and everything else. All these other people on his podcast that he's talked about these topics with are getting carried off on RICO charges and no one even did a raid of the studio. I said, I don't know if he is or if he isn't, but it seems to me unusual. The same goes for Mark Leta. It's unusual to me that he could post a video such as the one he posted and not get carried off to the jail because I can't even look in the wrong direction without getting people threatening me. My videos getting taken down. 5-year-old videos get taken down because I showed a public document. I can't breathe in the wrong direction without having a repercussion. And Mark Leta can put a little girl with her whole everything showing on the chest through a top on YouTube and nobody ever came picked him up. What? It just doesn't seem like, I'm not saying Mark Leta is a criminal, okay? I'm not aware of him ever being even accused of a crime. I'm not accusing him of a crime. What I am saying, and I am saying it this way so that I am clear. What I am saying is that I don't think just anybody, including myself, could put a video up like that and not have some people coming and asking some questions. So maybe they did go and ask Mark some questions, but just in case, I did make it very clear to everyone who would listen. The only reason I know about this little girl, the only reason I even know of her existence is because she was put on, turned out to the public as a child stitute. Quote, 13-year-old stitute. You change the title to 13-year-old runaway. The only reason I know who she is at all. That's it. And it was because she was nearly nude. Mark Leta wanted to come back around later and say, he didn't even notice. Okay, I'll leave it up to you whether or not you believe him, but I don't. I think he freaking noticed. I think he knew it was going to go viral. That's my opinion. He's disagreed with me publicly. He said he didn't notice. You want to know why he didn't notice? Because he said he's not a tits man. He likes thighs and the shape and the legs and stuff. That's why. That's why he didn't notice. He said that's a Rebecca. Okay. So I don't know how on earth this man continues to just be allowed to do what he's doing. Because it is my opinion, as a member of the public, it is my opinion that had Mark Leta not put Nova out there like how he did, she would not be in as much danger today as she is. But the fact that she has been made into a quote, and this is what they called her on No Jumper, famous child stitute. That's what they called her on No Jumper. Mark Leta is not the only person who contributed to making her famous. She contributed herself, sure, but she is a child. So I'm going to put a lot more blame on adults. Her mother also contributed to making her famous. Tania, she got 6 kids. I don't know if y'all knew. Nova's just one. What on earth monstrosity hell do you think them other 5 are living through? It's such a double-edged sword, right? Because on the one hand, Nova is in danger because she's been made so famous. People will target her. She will be worth more money as an object, as an object to predators and monsters because she is famous. But on the other hand, if something happens to Nova, like we'd probably notice, well, I've never even seen half them other kids. What if something happens to one of them? I wouldn't know. So it's a double-edged sword. I mean, being so famous kind of gives her a level of protection, but also gives her a huge, huge level of risk. And I don't believe that at her age, she was able to really make the choice. I don't believe she had the ability truly to consent to such a consequential decision like to become famous. It's cat's out the bag now, and that's why I'm trying to call and report all of this stuff. But if it weren't for Mark Leta and Adam Grand Mason none of us would know who this kid is. Mark Laita could have interviewed her with a shirt on. Mark Laita could have interviewed her with a shirt on. He could have interviewed her with her parent there and blurred it out. Like, there's so many couldas. Okay. So this isn't even me just saying like she should have never been made famous, whatever. Like, I do acknowledge and appreciate there's the nuance here. Because to some degree, the reason I'm able to call the cops and report on this at all is because she was made to be famous. But now this is where I feel we have to pick up the torch. These other adults put her at risk. And I'm not naive, okay? I know that sometimes these kids get picked up and brought to a group home or wherever, and they're abused there too. I'm not naive. I'm not saying pick her up and lock her in juvie or nothing, but y'all, I mean, come on. Can we get the videos? Can we get the videos removed of the illegal material offline? The profile has gained 300 followers / subscribers since yesterday when I reported it, and none have been taken down last I checked. Thanks so much for the $2 super chats. To Morgan. Hannah said this is how she felt the entire time she was a foster mom. No one cares. She said, I fought hard. See, I've gotten mixed results on this one, Hannah. Some people say that he definitely did call it that at first. And some people say that that it was another video that he called that. I don't remember. So that's why I say it like I do, but I will try to look back through the archives and see if I ever actually found any evidence that was, if I have a screenshot or something, basically. But he does use that title of other things. Other videos are entitled that, yes, but I can't remember for certain if it was used on Nova or not for her title. That first video, but I do also think that video has been taken completely down and re-uploaded as well. Shout out to Mustard. Thanks so much for the 99-cent super sticker. Chad Bianco does not give a flying rat's behind either. I think maybe Karen Bass. Does anybody have any connects to Karen Bass? I know Karen Bass was out here doing press conferences recently. She was out here doing press conferences recently saying she wanted to clean up Figueroa. Do I have that actually? Let me pull that up. Let me pull that up. Okay. This is something was posted last. Oh no, it was posted a year.
Federal and local law enforcement cracking down on human trafficking. U.S.
Thanks so much to Rings of Cattern too for the $5 super chat. He was Riverside County Sheriff, is currently running for governor. He is in the few good ones. Listen, I would love to believe that, Rings of Cattern, but I saw how he handled the Emmanuel Harrow investigation, and he did the same exact thing. He did the same exact thing as these LAPD dispatchers. I hate to say it, but he did. I saw it with my own eyes. He chastised, fussed at, demeaned, diminished, belittled social media people, me and you, people in the public, for demanding answers, for demanding accountability. He chastised social media people, which is the people, his boss, for things that actually News Nation had said. News Nation, a traditional news source, had said things, and the people got chastised over it. Where is the Emmanuel Harrow investigation even? He's in charge of that. What's he been doing with that? Maybe I'm missing something. Looks like nothing so far. Thanks so much for the $5. Thank you, Hibiscus Rose, for becoming a member. Thank you for the $9.99 super sticker. Thanks so much, Michelle Nana, for the $10 super chat. I love your righteous indignation. You go, cousin. I'm pissed, incensed, inflamed. They got my cortisol up this morning, girl. Thank you, that Ellen, for the $19.99. Thank you, BJ. Love you, mean it. Love you, mean it. Where is Long Island Audit? We need to get him to go audit these people, the dispatchers. He actually has been going through a lot of court cases and court things. Yesterday, Brian Fahey was sentenced to probation. Cop Tua. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Rhiannon. Thank you, Kim. Fine for the $4.99 super chat. Caught up at 2 times the speed and kept thinking it was 1 time and you were just that mad. Oh my God. Also, my kids have a classmate named Jadream. Okay, so mine's Jareem, Jeream, but I love a good made up name because I have one. Me and my mom are the only 2 people. Oh no, there's 3 people on planet Earth that have this middle name, as far as I know. I love a good made up name. Thank you for, I don't know, Jadream might not be made up, but Jareem is made up. And it's because my mom was supposed to be a boy and they were going to name her after my papa, Jerome. But she came out not a boy. So they just really were committed to the name. I like it now. I'll get into why I like it now at another time, but I don't mind it. I like it. And I'm kind of like named after my grandpa in a way. It's cute. Thank you, Lindsay, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, BJ, for protecting children. It's so frustrating when adult public servants in charge who can't even pay their bills without our tax dollars, by the way, do not do their job. It is horrible. It is horrifying, Lindsay. I agree. Thank you, Mustard, for the $4.99. Keep up the amazing work. You're changing the world for the better. LAPD and Mark Leta need to be held accountable. And again, innocent until proven guilty, but y'all, seriously, the cops won't even take a report of child blank. I mean, that's where we are. Listen, last time I checked, I didn't know this. I did not know this. I'm just learning this in the last couple of weeks. Apparently, the president of the United States has the power to like basically snap his fingers and like within a couple of days, like a whole entire army is like in a city. Can we do that to Figueroa? Can we do that to Figueroa? Can we do that instead of turning it on immigrants? Can we turn it on child abusers? Just real quick, just for this one time, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to rock the boat too much, but could we direct some of that attention to the child abusers? Could we do that? I don't know. I don't know what's possible. I didn't know that it was possible to do what's been being done. So thanks so much, JM, for the $5 super chat. Keep pushing on, girl. Good for you for trying. I'm trying. That's what I have control over. And I'm going to keep doing it. Thanks so much, Morgan, for the $2 super chat. Thank you to New Life Plan. LAPD is one of the biggest reasons FIG exists as a blade. They're not even trying to hide it anymore, New Life Plan. They're not even trying to hide it. They're like, yeah, we can literally not be bothered. And now they got cops in a whole nother state involved. So guess what? Now maybe the LAPD itself is going to be getting investigated instead of just investigating one simple crime. Thanks so much for the $2 super chat. And that's his real name, Morgan. Grand Mason is his real last name. Okay, so I got this Karen Bass clip. Let me pull that up. Maybe we could call her. Maybe we can make a report to her.
Federal and local law enforcement cracking down on human trafficking. U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada, L.A. Mayor Karen Bass, and other leaders announced a new plan called the Figueroa Corridor Human Trafficking Initiative. It's aimed at cleaning up the 3.5-mile stretch of Figueroa Street, long known as a haven for prostitution. The plan is also designed to help victims, young women and girls involved in the sex work to find opportunities that will get them off the streets.
There she is smiling.
You don't need to look to some far off country or continent to find human trafficking. It exists in its ugliest form right here in our own backyard.
Sure does.
An area known as the Figueroa Corridor.
Yep.
Where children and women are exploited and abused each and every day.
Every day.
Estrada also announced 3 new criminal cases being filed against alleged human traffickers.
Okay, so
Federal and local
Estrada,
cracking down on
Mr. Estrada, Miss Karen Bass, I have a crime to report. I tried to report it to the LAPD and they screamed and hollered at me. I would like for y'all to do something about 4 instances of child abuse material that I had to encounter on a regular social media site. I would like for y'all to do something about it. I would like for you to get that took down. I've reported it to the site and nothing happened. I reported it to the FBI and nothing happened. I reported it to the LAPD and they screamed at me. I reported it to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. They were very nice. They took my complaint. So far, they haven't got took down though. So maybe can please, Karen Bass, can somebody, Estrada, at the very freaking least, we're begging you to remove the illegal videos offline. Please. Our children can see it. We can see it. I personally am traumatized by it because I did not consent to seeing that. I've reported it and it's not down yet. Can someone do something? Please? Because the amazing thing to me is how quickly something can get taken down instantaneously because it has a little copyright clip from some 30 years ago, something that. A song that I pay to license from a service that get took down instantly. Oh, all the money's going to this person, blocked in Russia, blocked in Belarus. But days can go by, weeks can go by. Hundreds of people can start to follow this account and see this illegal, obscene, grotesque material and nothing. Where is this? Because I thought that at the very least there was like certain things they could like just do. There's certain trash they keep off the street, like child abuse material. When you report it, it gets taken down. I reported it to the FBI over 24 hours ago, and it's up now. Right now, last I checked. Anyone following the account needs to be investigated. I mean, seriously. They don't have to pretend anymore. They stopped pretending, everybody. I have an announcement to make. LAPD completely dropped the mask. They completely dropped the mask. They stopped pretending. I have an announcement to make. Let's listen to that call one more time. Let's listen to what they said to me when I tried to report a crime this morning. Let's listen to how they treated me. Shall we? How much they care about a child victim in their jurisdiction, how much they wanted to make sure I was going to get in touch with the right person and the right authority, how much they were explaining to me how the process works. You listen up. You just listen up to it. If you haven't heard it before, buckle up. Your cortisol is about to go through the freaking roof.
You have reached the Los Angeles Police Department's non-emergency number. If this is a police emergency, please hang up and dial 911.
Los Angeles Police Department, operator 716.
Hi.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on?
Okay, so I don't even exactly know where to start. I'm so sorry. I'll lead with what I think is the most important. There's child on the internet. I've reported it and it's not being taken down. There's 3 videos I reported to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and then another one has been posted.
Okay.
And the child is in LA, from what I understand. I am not. So I didn't want to call 911 because I'm in New Jersey. Just full disclosure,
Instantaneously.
I don't live over.
Instantaneously, he sighed a lazy cop sigh of relief. Oh, she's in New Jersey. Not my problem. Like, that's it. That's it. Oh, she's in New Jersey. Nothing else that I had to say mattered to him. He didn't want to deal with it. He didn't give a shit. And he still don't give a shit. He don't care. He don't care.
There, but there's child on the internet. It's been there since in September. I'm very shaken up about it. I've reported it to the FBI. I've reported it to Twitter. It's up on there, and it's not just pornography. It's being sold.
So right here, I'm trying to tell him it's even more serious than it just being, I mean, that's already so serious. They're selling it. Hello, they're selling it. They're selling it. Hi, hey, they're selling it. Like, I'm frantic. They're selling it. The whole point of this social media account is to sell it. It says, hit me up. Hit me up for content deals, has a freaking eggplant emoji. I'm in the middle of telling him this and he cuts me. Ma'am. Like I'm inconveniencing this public servant. Like I'm inconveniencing him. Ma'am. Please stop trying to report this child. Please, ma'am. Lazy fuck.
It's not just pornography, it's being sold.
You say you're in New Jersey?
That's all
Yeah,
he
but
wanted to hear.
Is online.
Got it, but you need to talk to your local police department for that.
So dismissive.
The victim is in your jurisdiction,
Do you care?
for
You're
sure.
reporting it
No.
in New
He
Jersey,
doesn't.
so you need to report to your jurisdiction.
The New Jersey cops are going to drive to California to protect this child.
Y'all don't care? Y'all don't want to know about this
Any
kid?
enforcement action will be done on that account, which is a California account.
Do you know this person?
She's famous. She's a famous child. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children already had files on her. This is still up public on Twitter.
Okay, then you can report it to your local police department.
The New Jersey cops don't have jurisdiction over this child or her account, which was made in California. They can't do anything.
Right around this time, he's about to go. He's unlatching from his mom's teat to ask her to come step in. He's unlatching from mommy's teat to try and think that she's fitting to tell me something that's going to get me any less pissed off. Bitch, you just woke up the beast. You woke up the dragon. Roar. Huh. Should have kept latched on. Should have just kept the suction. Because now that's your fucking ass.
That's the FBI number. The FBI handles computer crimes. We as a LAPD don't.
What?
Speak up.
We don't handle computer crimes.
So you don't take action against child pornography at the LAPD?
Not for this call, no.
Karen Bass, Gavin Newsom, Donald Trump, please. I call to report child pornography to the LAPD today. The victim lives in LA. She has been advertised as a child prostitute in LA. And I was assaulted by child pornography. 4 videos are up on a social media site and they haven't been taken down. And actually, since I reported the first 3, another one was posted. I've reported this to the FBI. I've reported this to the platforms. I reported this to my own local freaking cops across the country who cared more than these callous buffoons. This is how your department is acting. Karen, please, y'all, someone please. This is absolutely unacceptable. It's unforgivable. They need to be fired. They need to go to the brain retrain. They need aura. Okay. They need a conservatorship or jail. Something needs to, behavioral modification needs to happen to these callous freaks. I don't want to live on a world with these people. This is the people you call to help. This is the people you call to help. The victim is in their jurisdiction. It's a child sex abuse victim. Hello. This is how they spoke to me when I tried to tell them one of their own, someone in their jurisdiction, is being abused, a little girl. They could not be bothered.
We don't handle computer crimes.
We don't handle computer crimes.
So you don't take action against child pornography at the LAPD?
Not for this call, no.
761 is your number?
Yes, operator 716.
716. And what's your name?
We don't give names.
You don't give names and you don't protect children?
Ma'am, this is reported to the FBI. As the LAPD does not
who's she?
respond out for computer crimes.
Who
Hold on,
are you?
hold
I'm
on.
not talking.
Before-
Who are you? What's your
If you notice, I actually let her get a few words in before I hit her with the who are you, because the very first thought in my mind was who are you? Because I was not talking to her. I wasn't talking. I didn't even know she was freaking eavesdropping. Excuse my language. I didn't even know she was lurking. live like that. If mommy has to tap in, mommy should have answered the phone. If mommy doesn't answer the phone, she should sit there quiet and eat her food. Go heat up the lean cuisine. I let her get her little words out. Actually, let her say a couple things before I completely snapped and said, "Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I am not talking to you. What is your badge number and all of that?" No one was talking to her. She butt in just to be a bitch. That's what she did. Listen to how her tone is. No, it wasn't 911. And Brandy, I appreciate you're trying to help and stuff, but anybody in my comments right now who hasn't watched this whole video, if you wouldn't mind piping the fuck down. If you haven't watched the whole video, shut up. I didn't call 911. I wouldn't do that. I on purpose, if you had any idea what the hell was going on, adults are speaking, Brandy. If you had any idea what in the hell was going on, Brandy, I didn't call 911. So don't if you do in my chat when I'm already worked up, lady, because you're going to get it too. I didn't call 911. I'm about done with y'all trying to blame me like I did something wrong for trying to report a crime. And guess the fuck what, Brandy? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, why I can't call 911? Why somebody can't call 911 if they see child porn? They should. But I didn't do that. So please, anybody saying stupid shit, uninformed bullshit in my chat right now, stop, because I'm obviously heated. Mods, ban hammer. No mercy. No tolerance. I didn't call 911, Brandy. I don't live over there if you would have been paying attention. I live on the other side of the country. Had I called 911, Brandy, the New Jersey cops would have picked up. Try to keep up. The beginning of the call said this, thank you for calling the non-emergency line. Y'all are on my nerves. I need to go turn my fan on. Try to keep up. I didn't call 911. I called the non-emergency line to report a crime against a child. Nobody at any 911 anywhere in the world should act like this. And if y'all are condoning it, you're welcome to go live in hell over there at the LAPD's jurisdiction, because clearly they do not respond to crimes.
PD does not respond out for computer crimes. That's
Who
what
are
they-
you? I'm not talking to. Who are you? What's
Listen
your
how she
operator
said
number,
out.
please?
Listen how she just popped in.
Respond.
Listen how she pops in. Listen to her tone.
716. And what's your name?
Listen to her tone when she pipes in. No one's talking to her. I didn't even know she was lurking.
You don't give names, and you don't
Weirdo.
protect children.
They thought they were about to Scientology surprise me. They thought they were about to Scientology surprise me. Ooh, someone was lurking. Ooh, I'm so caught off guard. Oh my God, someone else is here. Ah, oh no. Who are you? Who are you on my cell phone talking to me? I didn't call you. I'm talking to 716 right now, 407. Nobody yanked yours. Who are you? I have a right to be this pissed, by the way. I'm not overreacting in the slightest. Anybody don't get this mad, something's wrong with you. I'm not sorry. I'll do it again. I'm going to keep doing it till somebody does something. Actually, this is my right. I'm entitled to be pissed. Not sorry. Not sorry, and you're never getting an apology. I'm not sorry, and I'll do it again. This is your job, psycho. Sick fuck. This is your job. I don't give a shit if I didn't punch in the right numbers. I don't give a shit. You should have said, oh my God, What's on the internet? Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am, that you had to see that. I heard you said you reported this to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Okay, listen, the way it's set up, because this is an internet crime, a cyber crime, they have all of that going to the National Center for the Missing and the Exploited Children. What you can do, and what I would encourage you to do, because this is a crime against children, this is something she could have said. Because it's a crime against child, and technically they've taken it out of my hands. It sucks. You could call the cops in your jurisdiction. You could call the local line of your cops and you tell them, and they, that's another way to make this report. Beyond calling the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, there's nothing really much we can do on our end. These are all things she could have said. Okay. This is called a de-escalation tactic. I was obviously distraught. Y'all, I'm never going to be the same again. After seeing that stuff, I've developed like a little emotional, affinity for Nova. And don't forget, the whole reason that freaking lunatic Mark Leta is on my radar anyway has to do with the Amanda story. And I got to that one after she died. Don't think I haven't thought before. What if I hadn't? What if I had found that story when it was going on? I don't know. And now I've watched this little girl for 2 freaking years be thrust on my algorithm by adults. She didn't thrust they self into shit, Aunt Heffy. You know who thrust her on my algorithm? Mark Leta. Adam Grandmason. That's who thrust her into the lifestyle. That's who thrust her onto my radar. I've been watching this little girl go from having no tattoos or one to being covered in obvious gang and sex trafficking tattoos. I know what a freaking money bag tattoo on somebody's face is, for the love of God. We've had to sit idly by and watch this, and the moment I dare to call somebody in a jurisdiction that can do something, this is the treatment I get. This lady didn't pipe in to say nothing else other than act like a bitch. Listen how she talks to me.
At the LAPD?
Not for this call, no.
761 is your number?
Yes, operator 716.
716. And what's your name?
We don't give names.
You don't give names, and you don't protect children?
Ma'am, this is reported to the FBI as the LAPD does not respond out for computer crimes.
Y'all heard that tone? Respond out? Who do you think you are talking to? Because it is certainly not me. Got me looking around my room. Got me looking around. Is there a ghost? Is the person you are talking to in the room with us? Because most certainly isn't me. Ma'am, we do not respond out. Like, did the lines just get crossed? Did the lines just get crossed and she was actually talking to somebody else and then it just get oopsie? Because for freaking sure, she was not talking to God's favorite like that. Excuse me, I am trying to report a crime against a child, ma'am. You do not have the authority to talk to me like who? I'm your boss. What? I am your boss, and I'm calling you. I am calling the department to do something, and you're gonna get loud with me, ma'am. 407. Let me find out. One more time, listen to her tone. She cuts in. Remember, I wasn't talking to her. She's literally just shows up in the middle of my conversation with somebody else. I was talking to a dispatcher named 716 because he don't give names. So 716. Me and 716 are having an escalating conversation because it's becoming clear to me he doesn't give a shit that a child is being abused. He doesn't even want to know her name. He doesn't want to know anything. He doesn't want to know in any way, how can he help? What site is it on? Maybe we can also call the FBI and get that taken down. You know, we have like a guy we can call. Maybe that could have been helpful or something. No. You got to call the cops across the country. Okay, fine. So I'm trying to sort it out with him. And his mommy dings in. And not only does she just show up out of nowhere, But she's being a bitch. Nobody even talking to you, bitch. What are you doing? But now I am. And I'm talking about. Yes, I am. And I reported her by number, because they don't give names, to the real cops who actually might do something about it. Listen to her tone.
Ma'am, this is reported to the FBI. If the LAPD does not respond out for computer crimes.
Who are you? I'm not talking to. Who are you? What's your operator number, please?
407.
So y'all are, just to let me get this straight. Y'all are chastising me for calling to report child, which I have reported, of a child who is a victim in your jurisdiction. And you are bitching at me? Got it.
Because I'm fitting to call it what it is.
I will report this public.
I'm fitting to call it what it is. And this bitch is trying to interrupt me again. No, ma'am, I'm hanging up on you. You're not interrupting me. You are not in charge here. I know you might be used to being in charge, but you've made it abundantly clear today, bitch. You not in charge over here. You know who is? Some cops that care. You made it abundantly clear. You don't even have jurisdiction over me. So how in the hell are you going to pipe up to bump your gums like that in my direction? No, that was the biggest mistake you made all day, all month, perhaps all year. Could have been your whole life. Could have been your whole life was piping into this conversation, 407, because nobody wasn't even talking to you. Nobody was talking to you. 407. She starts screeching, and I remembered she don't pay my cell phone bill. Actually, her lights stay on because of our tax dollars. So I hung up in her stupid, ugly face. Bet you she's ugly.
Reported of a child who is a victim in your jurisdiction. And you are bitching at me? Got it.
Got it.
I'll report this. I will report this publicly, and I'm going to add your... Bitch, get loud with me, stupid fucking...
In case there are any questions, comments, or concerns, take it up with the Lord, because it's not going to be me. I'm allowed to be pissed that children are being abused. I'm not sorry about it, and I'm only getting madder. I'm only getting madder. Because each day that goes by, Nova is in danger. Each moment that goes by, she's getting offered $60 to do humiliating and painful S acts, and she's apparently putting it up on her vlog to show us. That means she has been so warped by the adults in her life that she believes that that is an appropriate thing to post, or somebody in her life is posting that on her behalf. Both horrifying propositions, and I can see why it's gotten that bad, because the LAPD don't care. They don't care. You know what the LAPD needs to be renamed? Well, technically, you were supposed to call a different number, so we don't care about this child victim. Well, technically, we don't do computer crimes. You don't do computer crimes. You don't do computer crimes. The LAPD don't do computer crimes. Does that even sound true? Does that even sound possible? No crimes at all. The LAPD does no computer crimes at all. That doesn't even make sense. They didn't even give me the correct and appropriate information, which is when we get a call from out of state, typically for jurisdictional reasons, namely interstate, it becomes interstate, the feds have to get involved. We generally like for you to report it to your local case. That's not the same as we don't do computer crimes. They just wanted to get off the phone. This is callous and it's unforgivable. If you want to file a complaint, I actually am asking you to do so. Officer dispatch, wasn't dispatch, it wasn't operator. Operator 716, they don't do names. And operator 407. There's ways to talk to the public about sensitive matters. And if these two buffoons can't handle the line, someone else should be put on it. No wonder ATM Richie and the likes are out here saying I put women in dog kennels and burn them with cigarettes. No wonder Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs was out here running amok for however many years. He only about to serve about 2 years in prison for it. But unfortunately, for 716 and 407. I decided already yesterday that for sure something's getting done about this. And then today, I got radicalized into a Karen when he said, we don't do computer crimes. The Karen gene just, it's on now. I don't know. I hope it's reversible, but maybe not. I'll be speaking to every manager and every supervisor who will listen. Yes, I will. And I'm not sorry about it, because you want to know why? This is a life or death situation. This is not internet drama. It's a real little girl who is really being abused, who is really being offered $60 for S-acts on the street, who is really obviously starting to become dependent upon substances if she is not already. I'm not sorry about it. I'm not backing down. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I do not want to be reading another autopsy report from another person from soft white underbelly and or no jumper. I don't. No, I'm not. The thing is, a lot of times I get worked up, and then by the end of the video, I'm like, I shouldn't have let myself get so worked up. And you know what? Yes, I should. That's the problem. Nobody gets worked up about anything except the freaking cult politics. Y'all are in cults. I like the blue one. I like the red one. That's the only thing people want to get mad about anymore. I guess a few million people have started getting mad about genocide. That's good. Thank you. Thank you. More in that direction. More in that direction. When somebody calls the cops, when somebody calls the freaking cops, they shouldn't be ganged up on, berated, and spoken to like they're a fool. You know, I have a lot of confidence that I've earned. I've earned it. I've earned it, especially with the likes of some of these people that comment on my videos. Oh, I've really earned it. You got to have the toughest, thickest skin. I know it seems like I'm real sensitive, but the confidence I have is real. It's real. And I deserve to feel the way that I do about my accomplishments and myself, because it's taken a lot of work and a lot of effort. But along the way, when you're doing all this work and it's against the odds, and, you know, my dad overdosed and died the first year I was in Ivy League law school, like I didn't have enough freaking problems. I mean, really think about that. I was the first person in my family to go to college. And I ended up at Ivy League law school eventually. And then my dad overdosed on poor people drug while I'm there. I was on food stamps in law school. I didn't make one C. A's and B's only. Was it easy? Hell no. I thought I was going to die. Every single finals, I was in the hospital. I put myself through it. So when people try to like act like I'm stupid, I'm like, oh, LOL, where'd you go to law school? Because I really mean that shit. I had to go to war to earn that degree. I had to fight demons y'all will never hear about or know about. Hopefully. I just mean in the way I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to relive it. But the confidence I have in myself is real and it's unshakable, because I have been there for me this whole time. I know what I'm capable of. I know I can move a mountain. I can move this planet if I want to. I can move this planet if I want to. And I really use my powers for good. I really try to. I try not to get too much in the, you know, weeds of stuff. I try to like give everybody the benefit of the doubt and all of that. But this right here, no, it's freaking not acceptable. And I'm not going to be gaslit. The gaslit era is over. So when these two buffoons tried to tell me on the phone, you're calling right now, the way, man, we don't do internet. When they was trying to do all of that, I'm unshakable. Click. Trying to get out with me. You work for me. I'm your boss. Imagine if I didn't have this unshakable, like heroic level of self-confidence. Like, think about how deflating that would be for somebody that just for the first time just picked up the phone to try and call and report a crime, and their voice is shaking, and my voice was shaking because I'm shook up. I just saw again today more explicit illegal material of this child who I've now developed like a personal, like, you know, affinity for, like I'm rooting for her specifically. It wasn't just like a random child, you know, like there's all this emotion. I am calling to tell the cops something very heinous. Maybe it wasn't the right number to call. They didn't have to do all of that. Why? Why does this man, he's not caring? Why this man ain't caring? Why? The man wasn't caring and the woman didn't care. It's bad enough the man didn't care. You almost expect it, no offense. But then the woman pipes in, the Lou Taylor sounding ass psycho who literally needs a brain scan. I need the empathy bone to be checked on that one. Ma'am, we do not go out. Bitch, I ain't tell you to go out. I'm reporting a crime. Learn how to talk to the public. Thank you, Kat, for the $1.99 super sticker. Thank you, Inked Pixie, for the $9.99 super sticker. I retweeted and tagged all the necessary people because this is an absolute atrocity. I'll expire on this hill with you. I mean, seriously, it's just no. I'm not sorry. I'm not. No. Nope. The line got drawn in the sand like way over there. Okay, so no, we're not coming all the way back over here. No, it's way over there, and that's where we're going, and that's where we're headed, and it's really not up for negotiation. This is criminal, and when you call the cops about a crime, they ought to have a little bit of sense in how to handle that type of a thing. Imagine if it's just a normal person who hasn't had a deal with the law, who doesn't know how to report things. I mean, I was giving him legal points. I said, well, but she's in your jurisdiction. The victim is over there. You would expect he would at least say, yeah, this is still not the right number, but what's her name? I'll add it to I'll make a report of the fact that you're telling me that you're trying to report that somebody over here in my jurisdiction is being victimized by having, you know, this stuff out on the internet. You know, you learn about this in like middle school and stuff, like as a kid, like you read these stories about these tyrannical governments that really do not give a if the people live or die. And it's like, oh, we live there. Got it. Thank you, Rock On, for the $30 super chat. BJ, I have my own experience as the parent of a victim of violent crime in LA in my own home. Oh, wow. And the runaround we got from the cops and the DA. Not from the cops, but the DA. Sorry. I can help you understand what's going on. Is there a way to contact you? I mean, yeah, you can email me at ThatSurpriseWitness@gmail.com. I don't really need to understand what's going on to know that that was inappropriate and they need to get their act together. That's more where I'm coming from. Like, there's really no like explanation or like reason that anybody is going to be able to give to me to excuse 716 and 407 for the way that they just acted, because you could be nice to somebody even if you're not the right number to call. And that's one thing that they need to learn. And that's one thing that they are going to learn if I have anything to say about it. Thanks so much to Rhiannon for the $2 super chat. Why not connect you to the computer crimes unit? They could have done so many things that would have shown, you know what it is? They didn't show any level of good faith. They showed no level of good faith. And they're like literally the customer service line of the police. Like they showed no level of good faith. None. It was bad faith. And then they got Captain Sergeant 407 bitch to come and bitch. Like she thought she was about to just start yapping at me on my phone that I pay for every month. No, goodbye. I'm reporting you now too. Bye. Oh, 14. Okay. Thank you, Cat Blanco. Excuse me. She was 14. Are you sure? She thought she was 13 at the time. Okay, interesting. All right. So read the comment, and also thank you for the $4.99 super chat as well. Just did an internet search, Kat said, and the title on like one of the soft white underbelly videos does say 14-year-old prostitute. I don't know which video that was. I don't know when, where, how. That says Nova. This could be a retitle. This could be the title of a different video, but thank you for letting me know. Thanks so much to Lil Mama. Thanks so much for the $4.99 super sticker. Thank you, Caden, for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you for everything that you do, having a voice and standing up and fighting for what's right in this cruel world. We appreciate you and stand with you. Thank you. And I'm not going to stop. And I'm just not going to stop. It's not stopping. No, I'm going to make some more calls. Maybe tomorrow morning, maybe tonight, maybe today. I'm making more calls. More calls are getting made. I'm calling CPS. I'm calling everybody. Every number I could figure out to call, I'm calling until those videos are taken down at the freaking least. Come on. Can we set the bar? I said it the other day. The bar is so low, it's in hell. No, it's not. The bar has transcended through hell. It's either in another dimension or has switched poles and is now above us. The bar is above us. It's so low. What? We can't get the child blank material removed from a social media site anymore. That's where we are. What? Interesting, because I feel like if one of y'all posted it, I was going to say, or if I posted it, but I never would. I'm just saying if somebody else would post that somewhere, like somehow it would get took care of. But for some reason, it's on that account. So for some reason, I just don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but I definitely don't consent and I rebuke. And until the law enforcement officials are actually acting right, I'm going to keep complaining about it. Who do we need to call and report? It just depends on what, things that you specifically know. Lori, thank you so much for the $1.99. So, I mean, some people will send me tips sometimes. They'll be like, oh, I just saw this video of Nova where she actually said that her mom did blah, 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 blah. There's little stuff that people will send to me. And it's like, that stuff's credible. There's like video to back it up. And certain people have certain perspectives. Like whenever I made the first call to action that I did beforehand about a certain set of twins that one of them was accusing her mom of sex trafficking her, I did a call to action. And I'm like, look, there's like, everybody has their own expertise levels, right? Like Rabbit. That's how I ended up meeting Rabbit. It was like years ago now, or not meeting her. We never like met in person, but like becoming acquainted with her. Shout out to Rabbit. I don't know if she's still in the chat, but she had this whole entire different perspective, from me because of her training. She was trained as like a social worker. She took a lot of psychology classes. She was familiar with dealing with the state and the system and stuff like that. And so she had a whole different perspective. I'm not the end all be all. Like I am just a member of the public like y'all. I just am horrified by these videos I saw. And I'm like, we got to do something because the videos of Nova that came out originally were bad enough. I mean, if you're asking me my definition, which innocent until proven guilty, but if you're asking me my definition, I would say even those were childography. The one where she's, you could see through her shirt and she's talking about S work and this, that, and the other. I would call that. Okay. It didn't get removed. It did get removed eventually. It's blurred out now, whatever, but it's apparently for sale. Mark Late is selling it. So it's like, I don't even know like what to do because it went from that, which is like Mark, he'd said, I like to show the story and people just want to stay inside their bubble and they don't want to know the real world or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? He's right. I don't want to know the real world. Like there's some horrible monstrosities going on in the real world that I don't want to see flashing across my front page algorithm at 5 a.m. when I'm trying to do my makeup. Actually, that is true. So now that I've been made aware, I'm concerned. And Nova doesn't appear to have gotten any help. There's all these organizations that like $10 trillion or whatever have gone into in Gavin Newsom's California to homelessness and to ST, this and that. But like, has any of it gone to help Nova at this point? Looks like no. Because the last video that I saw she posted of a little day in the life or whatever, she's getting offered $60 for a heinous, painful, humiliating S act, especially for somebody in her age range, which is not legal to consent to such a thing. Okay, so nothing's being done. And now I'm seeing her on camera taking substances, sucking stuff out of balloons, which I don't condone. Apparently having cannabis, apparently mixing that with cough syrup. It's going downhill. I see where this is going. Hello, someone do something. Hello. And you call the cops. And they're like, oh, that's not my job. And then they start hollering at you. What? So I don't exactly know who. That's why I read y'all like the things that I did yesterday. I mean, who I've called. or reported things to is the cyber tip line of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. I also called them and I reported it to the FBI. I reported it to my local police station. I tried to report it to the LAPD. They did not give a shit. They did not care. They berated me. They hollered at me like I had some type of comprehension deficiency when it was them who were failing to do their jobs. Like, I don't have a comprehension deficiency. I'm very, very intelligent. I'm very bright. I'm very intelligent. Check the scores, check the stats. Any score, any stat you want to check it. I'm in the top percentage, percentiles. So like, I'm certainly not, you're not going to talk to me like I'm stupid because I know for a fact I'm not. There's no like insecurity in my mind, in my soul, in my heart, in my mind, in my spirit about my level of intelligence. None. I have no insecurity when it comes to that because I earned it. I earned it the hard way. I earned it the academic way. I learned it on the streets. I learned it from a tough life. I got a lot more than book smarts. So nobody can shatter and shake my confidence in myself. But these cops berating me like that gave me the impression that that's what they thought they were about to do. No, ma'am, and no, sir. No. And if y'all are doing that to other people, shame on you too. For that. The guy on YouTube who can find any location from a picture, he could help find her. She's found. It's not about finding her. She's not even missing, like, technically anymore. But it's more like, can they delete the child pornography? And can they make sure, can they do some IP tracing? Can they figure out who actually posted it? Is it her? I have reason to believe that these videos are of her from previous earlier age. We also heard Tania say, they got videos of my baby and they're posting it. Anybody could be posting anything, anywhere. Who has these videos of her? It looks like videos from when she's younger. It doesn't even necessarily look like she has all those tattoos and stuff all over in the video. Again, I saw him long enough to report him, and now I can't see him anymore, and I don't want to see him again. So this is all from just my memory. But in my memory, she looked a lot younger, like it was even younger than what she is today. So I would think that the cops in LA would at least want to know, what's the victim's name? Why are you saying she lives over here? They didn't ask a single question. So I have no reason to believe they wouldn't be able to find Nova if they wanted to. The issue is they don't want to. And I don't think anybody should try to be finding Nova, as another side note. She's a child. First of all, she's a child and she's already in danger. Part of the reason I'm making this video at all is because too many people are trying to find her. Okay, so please nobody try to find Nova unless you are the cops. In which case, they're not listening to me over there anyway. Faith in action moves mountains. Exactly, Morgan. Thank you for the $2 Canadian. Thanks so much to Hannah Rose. HT nonprofits can sometimes help these teens. Also, there's another 14-year-old Mark refers to as a 14-year-old institute. Thank you for the $4.99, Hannah Rose. A lot of the organizations do help children, and I'm just wondering why none of them have been able to help Nova. People are donating so much money to these organizations, so much time, so much volunteering, so much efforts. We get hollered at whenever how much have you donated to Children of the Night? Well, okay, how much has Children of the Night helped Nova? Real quick, since we're doing tallies. How much has Children of the Night helped Nova? Since y'all want to ask me how much I've donated to Children of the Night, and by y'all, I don't mean the people who are in this live right now. I mean the people who have asked me in the past. They said, how much she donated to Children of the Night? How much, tell me, show me, did Children of the Night help Nova? Because otherwise, I don't know what in the hell donating to Children of the damn Night has to do with any damn thing. If y'all want to give your money over there to them people, please do. But what does donating money to Children of the Night have to do with helping Nova? Did they help Nova? Yes or no? No? Then why are you donating? Why are you talking to me about it? You talking to me about, did I donate to a charity that didn't even help her? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Shut up. Go donate your own crap. Go donate your own stuff to Children of the Night. Shout out to Children of the Night. They might be doing good work. I'm not trying to disparage anybody. But what I'm saying is, what does that have to do with when I called the cops? The cops didn't care. So Children of the Night is our last hope? Because the LAPD is sitting on their ass eating taquitos or what? Don't get me started on some of these charities, okay? I got myself all worked up and I'm not sorry about it. Usually I'm like, I shouldn't have got all worked up. I should have, and I'll do it again. What do we have to do? What do we have to do to be able to make child abuse material as easily takeable, offable as a copyrighted thing? What do we have to do? Definitely the technology exists. Definitely the money exists somewhere. So why is it going to a genocide somewhere and not to that? Somebody tell me. I need quick. Don't think too long. Why is it going really anywhere else other than that? Why is it going to surveil us at the TSA better? Why do they need me in HD at TSA? Why do they need an x-ray and they can see my underwire of my bra at the TSA, but they can't take child abuse material off a social media website? Somebody needs to just explain it to me like I'm 5. I was thinking that, Rhiannon. I was like, he was just ready to get back to what he was sitting on a box of Dunkin' or what? They might not care about children, but I do. They might not care about children, but I do. And I'm about to start naming names and badge numbers to anybody that don't. You're going to be known as somebody that don't care. Because guess who else really didn't have like the authority to do anything? That little girl I talked to yesterday at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. She didn't really have no authority. She didn't know what was going on. But you know what? She was real nice. She was real nice. And that goes a long way. She was like, I'm going to pass this along. She does already have a case file. Is there anything else you wanted to add to the report? I can pass it along. The cops I talked to today in my own backyard had more questions than the LAPD. Why is it that the cops over here by Princeton, New Jersey care more about Nova than our own freaking mama? What? We came full circle. Now a cop cares about somebody more than their mama? Wait, hold on. This is frying my frontal lobe. Charlotte said she remembers that Nova said Mark paid her extra money to wear that top. Okay, well, I mean, the feds should investigate it if that's true. It's time to clean up, clean house. And I mean the cops too. I mean the dispatchers too. If you should have to undergo some type of test. And this is not 911. I did not call 911. I called the non-emergency line. And I started out by saying, I don't even know if this is the right call or whatever I said. I don't even know exactly. I'll start with the most important thing. There's child blank on the internet, on a social media site. I've reported it and it's not getting taken down. Can you help me get it taken down? That's the whole reason. It's sick. I hope somebody that has power to actually do something sees this video. And I hope it makes them as mad as I'm mad. I hope it just fires them up. I hope this is the first domino that falls and just knocks down the whole freaking thing. It's time. This has been going on down there since about 19, who knows? Maybe 48. That's all I really had for this one. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation. Neither are opinions. Nothing in this video should be taken as an accusation of a crime. But I sure do hope that some people start getting investigated for it. Love you, Minnie K. Bye.